Right, off we go. Observe number 11 with Mark. Test is on Thursday, 10:30 in the morning. So today, really just trying to relax. Actually, most importantly, have fun, enjoy myself. Find if I have fun and I enjoy myself, lots of other things just seem to drop into place. So through the estate, got some parked cars, lifesaver. Got to put my glasses on, that's a classic. Okay, off we go. Try again, eh? Now, when I rode into the test centre, into the group this morning, the road was very damp and the sun was shining basically right out of the east, but the conditions are much better now. Okay, so we've got a van here with some people. Get sucked into these cars on the left hand side, give myself plenty of room. So we're clearly going to be sitting behind a couple of vans at the T-junction up here. Watch the shadows. Cleared the left hand side. Okay, so we've got cars left and right, so we're just going to position for safety. Somebody getting into this car on the left hand side, car pulling away. Just divide the danger between the oncoming traffic and the traffic on the left. Now, I've got to remember today every car's pulling out on the right hand side. So when I pass a junction today, it's got to be clear that see where Mark wants to take me. If I can get through the day without missing an indicator. And into town mode, so lifesavers, 1 foot down if stopped, into neutral, not allowing gaps to develop between me and the traffic in the front. Okay, so we've got a car that wants to pull right, just going to pull away from him. Someone at the box, but we're okay. Looks like we're going straight here. Take advantage of the empty lane. Whoa, what's that one? Beautiful day to be out today. Conditions couldn't be better, to be honest. Lovely autumn day. Not too many leaves on the ground either. Okay, so we've got a 40-mile-an-hour sign coming up here around the Pelican Crossing, which looks quiet. Let's see if we can catch this. Traffic ahead. Let's take 4th gear. Just drop my speed a little bit. I don't want this black car coming in, so. Cyclist up ahead, but looks like it's on the pavement. Garage up ahead, just check cars coming off the forecourt. Now then, just keep my eye on the speed limits. These are the ones that normally get me. To a comfortable 4th. Position for view around the left-hander. Now, shadows are useful today. We can sort of watch out for long shadows of cars coming out of the left-hand side. Dale's tip. And we've got a roundabout ahead. Okay, into neutral. Lifesaver. Just beginning to learn to tension the clutch actually when I'm changing gear. I found it makes it less clutchy. Can't explain it to you really, but it's almost like I don't pull it in completely. And it seems to just give me a less clunky gear change. Right, so lights ahead are on red, the junction on the left hand side is quiet. Let's take advantage of this lane, keep an eye on the van. Give us black car a little bit of distance. Where are we going? Straight on. Miles an hour, not 50 nil. As usual, cars in town tend to catch you up because of the fact they ignore the speed limit. On traffic sign, got my 50 mile an hour repeater signs here. On the traffic lights header on red. Good chance they'll change though before we get there, but we'll just start to roll off a little bit. Junction coming up, we've got no indicator on. Let my speed drop there by 5 miles an hour, which isn't good. We'll try and make the most of the limit today. Well, Mark's very keen on progress through roundabouts. Still 50. Again, most cars speeding here, but it does mean I've got to squeeze every last drop out of the speed limit here. Allow my concentration to dawdle. Right, coming into an NSL now. Moved out early, but I saw the black car in the mirror just coming up quite quickly. I suspect we're going to go straight over at the roundabout. Start to roll off now for the roundabout. Just watch out for traffic. Straight into a 30 now. New road going into Weedon. Be a nice stretch of tarmac this when it's finished. There's some decent curves on it. 40 mile an hour sign, road works, no overtaking. Yeah, he's not taking us left. Take a gear, and the NSL is ahead. Do what Dale said and make those forks rise at the front. Okay, we're on a clear way. Road ahead is clear. Just going to move away a little bit from this oncoming traffic just to present the vehicle. And we're coming into a 40 zone. So I'm just going to roll off. Drop down, pick up. Drop down a gear, pick up the drive. A little bit of speed creep onto 42. Again, take nothing for granted, presume nothing when you've got an observer behind you, because they're going to throw in a curveball. Right, now what I'm going to try and do today is basically make the use of the whole speed limit, so rather than sort of sit back, got to show willing. So this car clearly is going to be 50 miles an hour, is controlling my speed. Now 46. So I've got to show the examiner that I am prepared to get myself into a position where I'm not going to go there because there's oncoming cars and we've got a line system ahead. At least I've demonstrated that I thought about it. I probably could have gone there, missed an opportunity. With the bend coming ahead. Is there an opportunity here off the right-hander? No, we're onto a line system again. Still 40. And now NSL. Tractor ahead. Can't see. Not indicating, I don't think. Now I think I can overtake on these hash, because it's not a solid line, it's a hashed line. I think the sort of cross hatches in between are just there to allow us to separate the traffic. And we've got traffic entering from the left here now. So again, I can't really overtake here. And that's why I didn't go, because I didn't know what was coming in from the left or from the right there. Slow down just to allow Mark to catch up. Cyclist ahead. Okay, so let's use the speed limit again now. The major thing I've learnt about advanced motorcycling is that you ride so much better when you're enjoying yourself. Yes, you have to concentrate effort to know, to work on particular issues. Got to focus on those, got to have them in foreground thought, but at the same time, every now and again, just back off and relax, enjoy it. Right, now let's see if there's an opportunity to take this car, because I do suspect that he's going to be controlling my speed. So we've got a good long view down the road here. Probably could get by in that, but well, let's give it a go. A slow one. I think I could do that slowly. I only had about probably 3 or 4 miles an hour to play with there, but I had such a long view that it was okay. Watch the speed creep down the hill. Move away from the oncoming on the left hand, the brake light's going on, or is that just sunshine? I'm not sure. Yeah, we've got brake lights on now. And we've got a 40 mile an hour ahead. So I'm just rolling down. Drop down pickup. And just see if he's going to take me anywhere. Traffic ahead's making decent progress. Central position over the crest. Happy with that. A little bit tight. Hopefully didn't inconvenience the white car behind me. But the speed had dropped by about 10 miles an hour, so I felt it was the right thing to do. Again, just watch my speed. 30 ahead. Left-hand junction, 150 yards. Go this position out for this junction. There's that guy on the Aston Martin's there again, trying to get me. Moving over to the left for the right-hander, just to extend the view. Probably dry road surface. Okay, the entry point for the next bend becomes visible, so I'm moving out to the right-hand side. Let's move out for the caravan. Right, take nothing for granted, watch out for those indicators. Straight line this. Speed's just dropped off by 3 miles an hour. White van coming a long way away. No, don't get overconfident. Ah, that's good. I think we're losing the trailer. Mark's going to ask me about that one later on. I'm not sure I should have gone then because of the junction on the right, but to be honest I was so close to it I could see that it was clear. There were hash lines as well, and we now have the road in front of us, so the opportunity was there to be grasped. See what he thinks later on, eh? Right, now it's important to use my 50 miles an hour here. My speed a little bit, positioning is just a bit out there. Concentrate, Neil, over the crest, central position. Watch the speed creep down the hill. I know I could be in 6th here, but I sort of feel it's like a bit of an overdrive really on the RT, and or maybe here I can go up 6, but if there's any corners around, it's just I just prefer that little bit of extra responsiveness that 5th gives me. Not that the bike's labouring or struggling, it's not, but I think the other thing as well for me is I get a bit more feedback from 5th without having to look down at the speedo. Whereas in 6th I sometimes find the speed can actually drift, and I don't get that sort of kinesthetic feedback about how fast the bike is going. Okay, so again we've got a staggered crossroads, looks like we're going right here. New road for me. I started mentally drifting as well on that stretch. Okay, so we're under a bridge, we've got road narrows, we've got pedestrians, we've got a slow sign, but it looks reasonably clear ahead. Took me by surprise, they were hidden in the hedge. As always in these situations, I'll just lift the visor up, have a blast of fresh air, and forgive myself. Ah, 20. Village on a Sunday morning, so little footballers and dog walkers and horses, cyclists. Leaves. Very, very sharp, nasty junction this. Still 20 miles an hour. I'm back into the NSL. Into Avon Dasset. An early view of the car means I can drop back in. Yeah, and let's just get some air. Just a bit of gentle braking, I think, yeah. Again, a new road for me. Good to see the centenary for World War I. Hope we can all remember that. The fallen on both sides. Whole communities wiped out. Car approaching over the hedge. Position for view. Positioning not great, quite narrow. Mark's given me a nice gentle lead in here, but he's now testing me with some quite challenging roads. So apply the technique, Neil. What's the information telling you? What position should you be in? What speed therefore does that translate into, and what gear? Ducks. Beautiful place, this. Rural England in its autumn glory. Right, vanishing point. Getting closer to me, so we'll just back off a little bit. Just take a conservative position there. Straight over. Positioning for view. And just a little opportunity just to get up into fourth gear. We'll just back off a little bit now because we're getting into the dark. And again, there's a bit of a debate, isn't there, about how wide out you position on these narrow roads. I think this is Edgecott Hill. Again, just for Dale, there's another famous English Civil War battle here. It's a bright sun, so the view's been occluded somewhat. Sometimes I come up here and take a left. Looks like we are going straight on. Trying to get into the habit of wherever there's a junction that looks sort of promising today that he might take me down, just take a look in the mirrors. Nice sort of lovely sweeping bends, but the dappled sunshine doesn't particularly help the view today, so I'm just erring on the side of caution. Better, the road is better defined. I'm getting better at that junction thing where I've got to look right and look left and ride at 2 miles an hour, but not particularly polished. Now, a decent road here, bit up and down, road surface is poor. As you can probably tell by the fact the picture's shaking all over the place. Let's back off a little bit, vanishing point's towards me. Vanishing point opens up. We accelerate. Mustn't get beyond myself. Mustn't assume a level of confidence that I don't possess. Full concentration today. Hope it shows. Again, very up and down, really bumpy surface. Now, I've no idea what's around here, cyclist, tractor, anything, so we're just going to back down a little bit. There we are. That's good. And again here, anything could be around this corner. And this bright sunshine and under sort of coming through dappled autumn leaves is just tricky just to pick the road surface up when you're looking ahead. Clear that way, and we'll clear this way. Cyclist. These observers just have such must have minds like labyrinths, all these routes they memorise. Right, and into Shutford, 30 miles an hour. But they prefer you to do 20. There's a mark of respect. Ah, now then, stopping half the distance I can see to be safe now. Okay, take the lane. thought about going there, but I decided discretion was the better part of valour, and it's probably his village anyway. So even though it says NSL there, it's tricky, it's not a situation you can accelerate straight into. Ah! Drat. Mark was indicating left, I missed it. Trying to get a clean sheet today as well, but I've actually learned it's not the end of the world. This is not a test of my navigation skills. Dear me. Road surface is pretty ropey here. In fact, extremely ropey. That could bring a motorcyclist off actually. Well, it's like off-road this, it's the road surface is absolutely awful, and the problem is you don't realise it till you're right on top of it because of the dappled shadows. This is absolutely atrocious. You've really got to exercise extreme caution. Presume we're going left, are we, Mark? Yeah. No indicator. It's like Devon, this. Sibford Ferris. And again, ups and downs, and because of the glare on the road, now here, I'm just going to a little pause there. Looked like a duck coming into land there, 2 feet down, but the road surface wasn't particularly stable. Looks like we're going straight over here. What are the road markings? Oh. We're here! See you, chaps. Well, just setting off from the pub. Just setting off from the pub, leaving the gate hangs high. Out here on the edge of the Cotswolds, and again Mark's giving me the feedback that I'm test ready. Would have got a pass today. Just a few little bits of feedback. The roundabout at Southam, could that have been taken just a little bit faster? On the basis that the roundabout was actually clear, and I probably could have got through it a little bit faster. There was an overtake coming out of Staverton village just as we come through the NSL and down the hill, and I must be honest, I thought at the time that there was probably an opportunity to overtake there, but I was just a bit slow really out of the blocks, and got him about another half a mile down the road. But actually, generally very few negatives today. Actually, just little bits of this, little bits of that. So I'll settle for that. I feel as though I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be now. And if I could just essentially replicate what I've done over the last fortnight, 2 weeks ago with Carl on IAM 10 and today with Mark on IAM 11, then I'll be happy with that. And I think the key has just basically been to just allow myself very few thoughts. Thought number one, whatever else I do, enjoy myself. Just enjoy it. Enjoy being out there. That just ticks a lot of boxes then. Everything else sort of just drops into place. But thought number two, just the planning really. Just planning ahead. So that's what I'm going to do. So very little to add really, apart from what you've heard on the tape. Just a little bit of a patch there that Mark said after I'd come through that really difficult set of road surface lanes. That probably I was probably ever so slightly fried. He was wondering why the next sort of 5 minutes or so for my standard really was just a little bit average really. And I said, well, I think it's probably just simply because I'd found those road conditions so difficult there, and I wasn't sort of quite ready for the mode really. I sort of almost had to switch into a different mode after coming out of those. And also as well probably getting sort of 3/4 into the ride as well. You know, the fact that the concentration just starts to suffer just a little bit, you know. Anyway, back home now. As always with these sessions, you know, they are totally committing in terms of the level of concentration that you must apply. So there we are. That's back to the bike signing off. Hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see what happens on the test.